Lesson 1, Unit 4. Information Requirements. Determining the right level of a PMS depends entirely on the information requirements of the project. A project manager needs to understand information requirements not only from the project, but from key stakeholders. The success of a PMIS will depend on how the system is able to satisfy all the requirements. In the next slides, you will see some of the important factors a project manager needs to consider when identifying information requirements. The requirements information from the donor, the requirements from local and regulations and government institutions, the requirements information from the project's governance structure, such as the steering committee. There's also the information requirements to monitor and evaluate the project, the requirements information from the various project stakeholders, the information requirements from the project team to produce the planned activities. Additionally, the project manager needs to consider some of the requirements to manage information. This includes the methods the project will use to collect and organize all the information, the volume of information it needs to collect from beneficiaries, and the frequency from which the project team needs to analyze and report information to key stakeholders. The types of visual reports required, such as graphs, tables, and maps, the types of access, security, and controls to manage, modify, and update information, the need for complex analysis of the information collected, and the need to develop special reports in defined formats. The next step is to evaluate the current information technology capacity of the project that will satisfy the information requirements. This includes availability of funds for IT resources dedicated to the project, the current capacity of the project team to manage the technology, and the number of staff members of users who will use the computers during the project. Additionally, the project manager also needs to consider the computer literacy of the project staff, the availability of IT vendors and consultants, and the IT support required by the project from the organization or from external consultants. Additionally, there is the need for voice communications, which includes email, internet, and other online systems. Then, the adherence to the organization's IT policies and procedures, and the compliance with legal requirements for the use of software licenses. Once the project has identified the information requirements, it needs to match to its technology capacity and start designing a technological infrastructure that will provide the appropriate hardware and software needed to manage information. Technology is an enabler, not a solution to itself. What do we mean by systematization? Systematization means a reduction to a purposefully regular method of organizing data and information. It's not about technology alone. The planning and organization of the information cycle are both independent from the development of technology solutions. An information system does not always mean expensive technology. A small project with few information requirements and a small budget can have a successful project information system using low technology solutions. Systematization of the information processes must preclude any effort to automatize. Technology can only help in making a process faster, but one has to define and design the process first. Systematization is the organization of the project information management processes. A key element of systematization is to realize the hierarchy of the data to knowledge as a central component of information management. Without appropriate data, projects cannot have good information. Without good information, projects cannot create knowledge. And without knowledge, they cannot deliver results. To understand this relationship, the development organization needs to have a good definition of data, information, and knowledge, and how they relate to information management systems.